Hey, what is up guys, GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. So for those of you who are not aware, Liberta is going to have a new costume, new skin. Alright, we're going to talk about it in this particular patch notes. Keep in mind, she is probably going to be very different compared to what you expect from her, because Liberta right now, in my opinion, is the best support for physical DPS characters in the game. However, with this particular costume coming in, is it going to change the meta entirely, right? So let's find out what this is going to be all about, right? So character pack 9 Miracle Twinkle update, that will be happening this week. Alright, we're gonna, as per usual, review her, give you guys my thoughts, my impressions of her. That's going to be something to consider. Now, we're also going to have the season event Akatsuki rerun. If you guys are not aware, the Senran Kagura is still going on with the collaboration. Now, keep in mind, for the Senran Kagura collaboration right now, right, this is going to be something that you can consider getting, probably more than the Liberta one, just because with Liberta, specifically, she is going to be a, a standard banner character. You can always get her. Except for this skin, which some of you guys missed, right? How many of you guys missed this skin, right? This was given for free during that drama, that controversy. Everybody gets this prestige skin for free. Some of you guys maybe joined late, you couldn't get it. It's okay, it's life. Sometimes you FOMO, you miss out, right? But anyways, the truth is, right, with some of these things, we are going to have the field quest guide, we're going to have the, event battle guide, Fin Hunter guide. All of these are happening this particular Thursday, right? So let's talk about what's important right now. With we can see Miracle Rose Liberta, Dancing Snowflake Yumi, Sonia, Nature Clause Rue. All of this is going to get the bonus, right? That gives you the currency, slice of life, interaction improvements. Oh yeah, they talk about this during the stream. So what is this all about? You basically can sort of like auto the interaction, right? If you want to, you can do that. They can play for you, right? It is going to be a very unique one. Progress gauge, to show your interaction progress with each character. So that's going to be that bar as well, so you know whether you reach 100% already or not, whether you have unlocked everything already or not, right? So obviously, I can't do it on YouTube anymore. YouTube has been cracking down on all of these interactions, right? So hint system added. So now you can basically look into some stuff that maybe they will give you some tips, show you a little bit of things, right? Touch, drag, tool tips, all of those things. And the automation, this is going to be the auto one, right? Each recording can last up to 10 minutes and include 100 interactions. Wow. So the gameplay itself during the interaction, so we can try this out when it comes out. As per usual, Fin Hunter max level is increased to level 20, as opposed to level, whatever that we have right now. I think it's 15, right? So that's going to be one thing, right? And also, ability skill improvements, this is going to be for the first few free draw improvements, alright? For those of you who don't know what this is, a new button has been added to do daily free draws. So what this does is you have to come here to do your daily free draws, right? You have to come here to the gear, click on this, click on draw, boom. Alright, you pull on this particular banner, trying to get the Ikaruga sword I cannot get, and then you go to the next one, click on this, free draw. You gotta do this every single day. Now there's going to be this particular function. Okay, you can basically just click one button, it will draw all the weapon, all the costumes, easy. Alright, no need to like click one at a time. Very big quality of life. Alright, guild name change ticket, don't care about that. If you want to change your name of the guild, I guess you can have that. Golden Colosseum Blessing balance adjustments, specifically for PvP lovers out there. This will be there as a feature. And we have come here to Miracle Rose Liberta. Alright, so let's talk a little bit more about Liberta. First up, look at her design. She has two, I guess, specific outfit. This is going to be much more of a casual one. Alright, she got the handbag going on. She got the pink bear. Oh, I didn't notice the attention there. The fingers. Alright, she basically what was it called, manicure or something, pink color nails, I guess. And then she transforms into this particular one, all right, with gloves and stuff. Very cool. I actually think this is a very good design. Ooh, I'm way more zoom in. So let's talk about this stuff, right now, with this particular thing, with all of this thing, what is she all about? Now, she is going to be a DPS character. I know it's kind of weird, right? Because like we are so used to her, the previous two costumes support. Now this becomes DPS, right? Your crit rate is increased by 40% for 1 turn. I wish that was a little bit longer. 1 turn basically just means that during that particular turn that you activate, you get that crit rate. Attack the enemy 5 times, dealing physical damage equal to 7% of your max HP per hit. Alright, that's going to be the stuff. Alright, that is going to be as per usual. So you are going to have that, right? So the thing is, So this is going to be the stuff, all right, crit rate, and then also hit the enemy 5 times. So the scaling is going to be physical damage equal to 7% of your max HP per hit. So we have a recent character that's kind of similar in a way, right? And that recent character is going to be Mamone, all right? So literally, we just had this the other day, right? So what is Mamone about, right? Mamone, all right, she is going to also attack the enemy 8 times, dealing damage equal to 14% of your max HP per hit. So this means so there's two different ones, right? One is going to be scaling off your own max HP, which is the character's one. One is going to be scaling off the enemy's one, right? Some can be a bit confusing. I was a bit confused sometimes when I look at it. Some characters, for example, Rue has a skill that scales off enemy's one, same for Angelica, right? But Mamone's one scale off her max HP. Now this means, all right, this particular thing, all right, of your max HP, you are going to sort of, if you want to do more damage, you gotta equip those HP percent gears, right? Essentially, those are going to be important. And it seems like we are leaning towards that more and more right now, right? It seems like Mamone, and then now we have this particular one, so we are getting more HP scaling character. I don't know if this is going to be the meta that we're heading into, but it seems like that's the case, right? At +1, you now become a 1 SP, big upgrade, very, very big upgrade. All right, attack the enemy 5 times, dealing physical damage equal to 7% of your max HP per hit. Definitely that's going to be the case. And then we also have a few of these things, right? So you can see a crit rate 40%, right? Attack the enemy 5 times, dealing physical damage 8%. So it goes up in the percentage of scaling, and then it goes up to 9% at +4, and then 10% at +5. And even more, it's going to be 12% when you max out everything. Now that's kind of similar, almost Mamone's level, not quite. Mamone is 14%, and also Mamone can hit 8 times, right? But she's not going to be as much as Mamone, right? Mamone is going to be basically doing more. So we can sort of like expect her damage to be, I would say like 60 to 70% of Mamone's run as a whole, right? But at the same time, because she also applied the buff to herself, right? She can also be quite useful. Ideally, you want to only apply this particular skill after you use your other 2 skills, right? Because she has 1 skill, remember, that boosts herself with physical attack and crit rate. She has 1 more skill that give her the chain damage increase when you reach certain chain threshold, right? So that's going to be one thing to consider. Damage 1%, crit rate 30%, all right? So that's going to be the stuff. So here's the thing, all right? Here is going to be the thing, right? Attack the enemy 5 times, okay? 10% of your max HP, that's going to be 12% right here. And then the crit rate is going to be 100%. How useful is this, right? In my opinion, this is not going to change much if you are in a low, what is the word? Low Fiend Hunter level, right? If you are trying to beat like from level 1 to like level 10 of Fiend Hunter, getting this costume is probably not going to change too much, right? But for a lot of, I would say like, you know, super high-end players, right? If you're like super meta, you want to chase everything like level 15 to level 20, then having every single damage add up is going to make a big difference, right? So far, it doesn't look that impressive. In fact, I would say this is an okay costume to have. It is going to help fix the rotation issue for Liberta, because right now, if you guys are not aware, for Liberta herself, she is going to have this particular issue where she has this costume, right? That is a 3-turn cooldown, right? She improve attack, physical attack, and crit rate. And then this particular one, apply augmentation, right? 6 turns, improve chain and apply healing. The problem is these 2 costume, right? You can apply this one 3 turn, you apply this one 5 turn, and then you go back and apply this one. And then after that, you have like 1 turn that you cannot do anything, right? There's going to be like 1 dead turn. So this particular costume is supposed to fix that for Liberta. I think that's going to fix her issue. She's always going to be able to use skills every single turn, essentially, right? Because when you pull for this costume, you're essentially pulling for a skill. In my opinion, I think this is going to be an okay costume. It's not going to be like top priority so far based on what I'm seeing, right? It is still going to be... Now, what is the value overall, right, for you to pull this particular costume? Because at the end of the day, how often do you use Liberta, right? So I think for most players, you could say that, okay, the value is quite high because you use Liberta all the time, all right? And that's going to be, sure, maybe that could be like one aspect that you are looking at it compared to somebody like there's a DPS character. Let's say you compare to something like Mamone, for example. Mamone, you only use her when the enemy is weak against water, right? But Liberta, since she's a support character, you use her all the time. But then again, at the same time, this costume is not limited. You're not going to really need to have this to be able to rotate properly, right? In most cases, you know, I don't think the damage contribution from this costume is going to be that insane to the point that you are going to need it specifically, right? Love the range though, right? That range is going to be kind of helpful. But yeah, that's just my thought overall about this particular costume. If I have to give it a rating right now, I would say like about 6 out of 10 in terms of priority, right? It's less to do with the strength of it, but more to do with the priority of it, right? So we are going to have, right after this, the pellets one, and then we're going to have the Mamones one. So if you guys want to wait for a little bit, you can wait for those particular ones. But for now, that's my overall thoughts on this particular one. I forgot that she has this exclusive gear that also gives HP %. So that's going to help a lot, right? That's definitely going to help a lot with Liberta as a whole. So it is going to be a big thing in nature. All right, so let me know what you guys think. All right, if there's any veteran players playing Brown Dust 2, what do you guys think of this costume as a whole? Are you guys getting it? Are you guys, you know, just saving for a little bit because it is not going to be a limited costume? Can wait for a little bit. We'll see how that is. Hopefully, test her out when the day comes out, right? With that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Subscribe, give this video a like. Have a nice day. Goodbye.